They're heading home. Big reaction today to the news that President Trump was pardoning Todd and Julie Chrisley, the stars of the reality show Chrisley Knows Best. The couple has been behind bars for 2 years after being convicted of defrauding banks of tens of millions of dollars.
Bruh.
Man, that's crazy. Maybe this is why people that are getting into student loan debt, credit card debt, all of this type of debt, maybe this is the reason they feel like they don't have to pay the debt back. I really don't understand it. It seems to be that the more money you steal, if you know the right people, you could get off the hook. What message does that send? Does that set the right precedent for those that are watching? And maybe these folks that like to spend, maybe they're watching people like the Chrisleys who were living their best life. They were spending that big money, living in big houses, all of these things, only to not be held accountable 100% to the sentence that they were given. It's crazy to me. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I don't have the right perspective on the matter, but it doesn't seem right.
My favorite hobby is spending money. Oh my God. Nothing brings me more joy in life than going and spending money. I love it. I am in credit card debt. I don't give a shit. I don't give a okay? I've never cared less.
All I can say is, wow. I mean, that's sad. The mindset is prevalent though. In my daily business, I look at credit reports all the time from folks that are looking to purchase a home. And you'd be surprised that they might not verbalize how she feels about debt, but I can tell they feel the same way with how they don't pay their bills. And you might be saying, well, who are you to judge? Not judging. I'm bringing this to the fore because it's a problem. And the problem is this. Maybe somebody in your family, maybe a child, a niece, a nephew, a parent, is going to have to potentially borrow some money one day. Well, it's attitudes like the one that we just saw from the young lady, even the Chrisleys, it blows my mind. One thing I want to say to younger folks, remember, when it goes online, it never goes away. And you don't want to be looking bad like this one day when you finally mature, or if you have children or something of that nature, they're able to pull these things up in the most unopportune time. And so you don't want to embarrass your future self. What do you guys think? Do you think, again, that I'm wrong, or have you seen this entitlement behavior becoming more and more prevalent? It's shocking. It's alarming. And hopefully this is just a small sample size, and there's much more of you out there that are more responsible, regardless of age.
Stop being afraid to spend money. You go out and spend $100 on good food and drinks, so what? You had a good time. You spend $1,000 to travel, so what? Your time on this earth is a gift. You can always get back money, but you can never get back time. Remember that.
I love the accent, right? Love the accent. And I don't necessarily have a problem with the advice of life is short, right? Once we spend this time, you can't get it back. But other than that, she's tripping, okay? A lot of spending, but not a lot about paying back. And this is what the problem is. We gotta understand that if you wanna spend, make sure you can pay back. Because your future self, which a lot of you younger folks, I was there at one time too, I didn't think I'd get to this big age where I got white on my face, but I'm here. And if you have that life mentality, that YOLO mentality, you're going to find yourself older, right? If you're living, and all of that YOLOing, you're going to wish you didn't do. So have a little more restraint when you're spending, even if you have the money, right? Because your future self is going to need that said money. You're going to want to slow down. You're not going to want to do as much as you're doing when you're younger. These are all the things that these folks aren't telling you about. So I'm just here providing the other side of the story so that we can get a balance. We shouldn't be too far on either end. Again, love the accent, love the advice, but you might be around a little longer. And if you don't have the ability to pay it back, you can't be thinking that you're going to bankrupt yourself out of it. You can't be thinking that a president is going to pardon you out of it, because you probably don't run in those circles. You didn't steal enough money. You see what I'm saying? They're not like us. So teach yourself, teach your kids if you have them. It's simple. The borrower is servant to the lender. And not all debt is bad, in my opinion. In fact, I didn't want to leave without a positive spin of someone that is doing it the right way, in my opinion. Let's check her out.
I'm 24 years old and I'm $250,000 in debt, and I'm a singer and I drive a Porsche and I travel all over the world. I'm in the airport right now and I've gone to a billion different pop concerts. Like, what would Dave Ramsey think? But the thing is, it's not in a car payment. I don't have a car payment. I don't have any credit card debt. I don't have any student loans. I have a bachelor's degree in computer information systems. It's not any of that, guys. But it is an income producing asset. See? You gotta have, there's a difference between good debt and bad debt.
Great job, young lady. 28. No student loan debt. No car debt. No credit card debt. But the debt that she has is not only producing an income for her, right? Where folks like the ones that I just showed that like to spend because it's YOLO, they're paying the rent, right? If they can qualify to get in her places. But she has that money coming in that's going to take care of her now. And I probably would bet money that she's not even spending that money that she has coming in, because she's a producer. She's flying all around the world because she has something that people obviously want to see. So does my heart good, because I know that there's folks out here doing it the right way. And if you want to do it the right way, you can too. That's really why I do these videos. We got to get your attention, but I'm always trying to teach. So hopefully you appreciate those little lessons that we try to put in the video, because the haters are going to hate. Hi, hater, do your job. Okay, you're necessary too, right? But again, no credit card debt, no student loan debt, no automobile debt. Those are the big three that I see on a daily basis that are really causing people to lament living life to where you turn to, I'm just going to spend, it's a drug, right? Dopamine hit, and whatever happens. So you don't want to live like that. And if you want to change, you can. There's examples out here. There's a ton of information online. Not going to waste your time with that today. But one thing she did say that I'm going to end on, because for those of you that don't know, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert, and I'm a lender. That's right. I help people with residential real estate, single family, duplex, triplex, or fourplex. So if you want to be like the young lady and get some income producing property, I can help. Doesn't cost anything to talk, and you can get that information in the pinned comment section and the description below, right? Now, you might be saying, hey, she probably comes from a rich family, or, all those self-doubting beliefs that we have whenever we see somebody handling their business. Well, here's the deal. Most of you guys, especially if you're single, younger, you can get into a primary residence and turn that thing into your own apartment complex. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, watch this video that shows up on the screen. And for the rest of you guys, I appreciate your time. Don't forget to get down in those comment sections and let me know what you're seeing and how you feel about the state of debt and borrowing money in the U.S. as we see it today. Thank you for your time, and until the next time, peace.